It is Monday Morning House Call time with Christy Meeks. I'm Jim Freeman. Good morning, Christy.
Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Well, how about you?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, good. Now, we're getting into the warm weather season slowly but surely. Lots of people out having fun in the sun. And then there's that skin cancer issue.
Right.
You know, people, of course, wear sunscreen and try to protect themselves. But let's talk a bit about skin cancer, as maybe the official topic of that is fairly simple, but it's pretty serious stuff.
There's a good point, and believe it or not, there is good news with skin cancer, and then there's bad news. The bad news is it is the fastest growing diagnosed cancer anywhere. It's being more and more diagnosed as we speak. There'll probably be over 1 million cases diagnosed this year alone. That's your bad news. Your good news is most every single case, if treated quickly enough, it is curable. And the good thing with skin cancer also is most of the time you'll see changes in the skin to alert you that there's something going on. It's usually not happening underneath the skin to where you can't tell what's going on. You usually see something on the surface to think, oh, I'd better get this checked.
So it needs to stay in tune with your body. And of course, the back area is not necessarily an area that you're going to see all the time. So maybe a husband or wife or friend to give you an idea of maybe checking out your back every now and then.
Right. And it may not be a bad idea to, you know, when you have, if most of you do follow up with a doctor annually or whatever, it may not be a bad idea to say, hey, do you care to just kind of glance me over? Let's make sure I'm not having any changes. A lot of times you'll have a mole, something that you've had from childhood, but then when you get an adult, you'll notice that it's growing or that it's getting flaky or that it's getting a little bit darker. That's a sign. It's not always skin cancer, but that's a sign, hey, you know, that's my red flag, let's go get this checked.
Now, of course, when you have an annual physical, you don't necessarily need to see the dermatologist. You can have your regular physician, again, scan, like you mentioned, to kind of check, see if there are any spots that may be in question. Right.
And he can always send you to a dermatologist. A lot of doctors will do, if you do have a skin cancer on your skin, a lot of doctors, like where I work at primary care centers, they remove those all the time. It's just a matter of making for sure that you get all the areas surrounding that little tumor. And, you know, as long as that report comes back and says, hey, you've got it all, then usually there's not even a need for a dermatologist.
Okay. So again, when you go to the doctor, remember your skin. Ask about that, right?
Right.
All right.
Something that you don't really think about, but you need to ask about it.
Christy, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you. This is Mountain News This Morning.